The smallest part in geometry that you can get to is a point. And if we have a picture with some points on it, let's say we have a line with A, B, and C, point A would just be that very tiny, tiny location on that line. It won't be any part of the line, it won't be a segment, it's just a point. That's the smallest thing. And we usually name it like this. Sometimes you'll see a circle around it, like that, but usually it's just a point A. I like point A because when you get to circles, you might think that's a circle. Okay? The next thing we have is a segment. And here we can name this segment right here. We can name it segment BC or segment CB. So a ray, I'm going to change the color on that. A ray starts at one point and goes through with an arrow on the other. So if I were to write ray BA, it is different than ray AB. Let me show you. Here's my line, here's my A, B, C. And BA starts at B and goes through A to infinity and beyond. Do you understand that? The first letter is your starting point, but it goes forever and ever and ever through A and all the way down to Cotswold. Got it? If I were to say ray AB, that starts at A, goes through B, and it goes to infinity and beyond. There's a lot of ways to name this line. If there's a cursive lowercase letter outside of the line, you can name it that way. So that's line L, or an L with arrows in both directions on top of it. You see that? But if you want to use the points have to be collinear. What does that mean? Collinear. What does that mean?
Have to go with a line.
Okay, if you're a co-worker of mine, you work with me, right?
It has to work together.
If you're collinear, you're on the same line, in a straight line. They can't be out of whack. They have to be on one straight line. So I can pick any two of those letters, and I can put them in any order I want. So I could call that line AB, line BC. Give me another name for that line.
CB.
CB, AC. Remember the two arrows on both directions. Are there more? There's a lot more, actually.
Yeah.
You got BA, ACCA. I think we might have them all now. Okay? So they can be in any direction, just 2 points. You name it with 2 points. Intersection. What do you think that is? If you're at Cotswold, the intersection is Randolph Road and Sharon Amity.
I know what you're talking about.
Okay? So if I have a wreck, this is Sharon Amity, and this is Randolph right here. If I have a wreck right here, I had a wreck on Sharon Amity. If I have a wreck right here, I had a wreck on Randolph. But if I have a wreck right here, They don't say either one of those, well, they don't say either one separately of those streets. They'll say there's a wreck on the intersection of Randolph and Sharon Amity. Because this piece right here belongs to both roads, okay? So an intersection of two lines, and you did this in Algebra 1, is where the two intersect, and it's a point. So it intersects at a point. But something can intersect at a line or a segment. Planes can be named different ways. You can have a capital cursive letter, usually in the right corner, and you can name it that way. Or you could name it with 3 non-collinear points. So if I were to name this plane, I cannot name it AED because those are on the same line. And what happens when it's on the same line? I can put a plane right here facing out this way and that way through the board, right? So there's millions and millions of different planes I can put on that line. But if I were to give you 3 points that are not in a straight line, then I can name the plane and make sure I know it's that one there on the board. So what 3 letters can you use? You can name that plane DEB. You can name it AEC. Nope. Yep, AEC. Any 3 letters. But I like, if there is a cursive, plane N. Cursive N.